Good morning, I'm Dean Hernandez. Welcome to your global network. This morning we have a very exciting guest. Her name is DELA RAMA, and we're going to be talking about web entrepreneurship. Welcome. Marie, would you like to greet our audience?
Thank you very much, Dean, and thank you for having me. I hope it's really going to be a very exciting day, and I hope I would be able to impart knowledge and information to your audience.
Yeah, so just before the show, I was asking Marie, because I have been an IT consultant of the country as well, and I was asking her, how many are using the internet? Out of the 19 million Filipinos, how many are using the internet?
Well, the latest survey says that approximately 24 million Filipinos now are using the internet.
But how many are active?
It's only about 3.7 or 4 million Filipinos are active users.
Well, with us being the texting capital of the world, I think the opportunity is for us to be the next internet marketing capital of the world. How do we do that, Marie?
Well, that's a very good question, because that is what my sort of dream right now, that every Filipino at least has one income generating website, and that's how I believe we can achieve this dream of also being the Philippines being an internet marketing capital, you said. Being a web entrepreneur nowadays is sort of gaining already some kind of an attention, because there are already Filipinos who are indeed earning from the net.
Wonderful.
Yes.
We are here to give you more information on how you can become a web entrepreneur. Marie, tell us about your company. It's very intriguing. W Media Services. Okay.
Yeah, it's W really is www. So it's it's a media company that we leverage the net in providing services to the micro, small, and medium entrepreneurs.
Yes.
And my company, in fact, they can go to the website. It's twmsweb.com. We are really dedicated to the promotion of more and the development of more web entrepreneurs in the Philippines. So W, like I've said, leverages the use of the internet to help.
Okay.
Everyone.
What kind of people can avail of being a web entrepreneur? What age range are you catering to? You mentioned small, medium enterprises. Now, we have a lot of audiences because of our tie-up with the provincial networks. And probably, let's take it from under 21, under 40, under 60, and under 80.
Strictly speaking, anyone who knows how to use the email.
Email, huh?
Email, yes.
Just email, okay.
And, understand keyboard.
Okay, typing skills, email. Okay.
Even if they only use 2 fingers.
Okay, so there's hope for those who did not study touch typing in the 1960s, like
Yes,
me. Okay.
that's true. They can come up with their own income generating website.
Yes.
And they can do it on their own. Actually, there are 3 ways. Okay, do it yourself.
Do it yourself.
Okay, do it yourself. But with some coaching online.
Okay, coaching online.
Okay, and going or taking up a course.
A course, yeah.
And all of this, we do.
Okay.
So majority of those Filipinos who are interested, in coming up or setting up a business using the internet, might want to take the do-it-yourself course.
Okay.
In terms, because it's a lot inexpensive, meaning, the cost is very small. So I'm sure a lot of people there knows that to come up with a website, they need web hosting services,
Yes.
domain name registration, just like the usual stuff that the offline entrepreneurs or the mainstream entrepreneur need to do. They need to register their company, and if it is a clothing store, for example, or sari-sari store, they need a space. So it's the same on the net.
Okay.
You also need to rent a space. You need to register your...
I see, but it's virtual.
But it's virtual.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. Let's take the group segment of 42 and over. Okay. We were born in the 20th century. We're now in the 21st century. And a lot of them, unless their children teach them how to do email and the other stuff you do on the web, I have been a trainer for most of my lifetime, and the Filipino learner, the adult learner, kailangan merong teacher na nagha-handhold. Kaya itong self-learning coaching online, precisely because they may not have had a laptop or internet broadband at home or in school, parang if they don't have a live teacher to walk them through step 1, step 2, like me, there's so many software I cannot learn by myself, even if it's so simple, unless I have you beside me walking me through. So how do we resolve that? For I'm sure there are a lot of people out there in our audience who have the same dilemma as me.
Yeah.
I'm 58 feeling 18, and unless my daughter or my personal assistant helps me through, I am computer challenged.
Okay, you said so many things there, and they are really very interesting. So let me
Take it one by
take it one by one.
Yes.
Well, I want to recall what I said earlier. When while we were talking earlier, I said there's a lot in you that you can share.
Yes, definitely.
Okay. And in the language of the internet, we call this content.
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 Okay. Audience,
So-
remember, content. Kayo yung content.
So this is information. This is what people are looking for.
Or, yes.
You see, there are now roughly about 1.7 over a billion people now going directly to the internet, and they're just
1.7 billion. Okay.
I cannot remember the exact figure, but it's over a billion going directly to the net.
Out of 6 billion human beings on planet Earth at the
And
moment.
they're looking
Yeah.
for information,
Yeah.
solution. Okay.
Information
So-
and solutions. Yeah.
So let's take your example. Okay, so you said you're in that sort of bracket,
Yes.
range, age range. Okay, so you have this, you have something in you that you can share. Okay, so what you need to do is, come up with a website. Choose one thing that you are so passionate about. Say you said you are in training, but
Yeah.
what training in what?
Human resource
Human
development.
resources. Okay, assuming it is human resources, and maybe it has something to do with that's because training resources is broad. But if say you are providing services, training services, so
Yeah,
you want
I'd like to specialize on service excellence,
Okay,
organizational development. I do training, I do team building.
Okay, so you come up with a website that talks about
That.
Okay. And we have a process for you to do that. There's a method to use. So it's called content, traffic, pre-sell, and monetize. We come up
Content, traffic,
pre-sell,
pre-sell,
and monetize.
And monetize. So those are the process steps, okay?
If you're able to do this, you need now a tool to execute this.
Okay.
And those tools I provide.
So
And
they
this
go
is
to TW
msweb.com.
MMSweb.com.
And it's a simple, it's a simple solution for do-it-yourselfers who are not so interested about the technical side, because the technical part, they do not need to be experienced in site building, because the solution that we have takes care of the technical part, put it behind them to work for them, so that their attention now will be just on
The content.
The content.
And on their business.
building the content that will pull in the targeted traffic okay, to their website. Because, you know, a website...
You will teach our entrepreneurs how to do that also.
That is also another way of doing it. For those who
okay.
do not want to do it yourself, like I've said, to do it alone, you know.
Yes.
Okay. But this is, like I've said, the easier, the cost-effective route for all those who aspire to be web entrepreneurs.
So Marie and her company, ladies and gentlemen, is an enabler. Ngayon, the
Yes.
question is, baka naman napakamahalang services ng
TWMSweb.com.
Yeah. Give us an idea. Let's say I have a small business and I'm in Iloilo, your home province. No, she's a graduate of Colegio de San Agustin.
University of San Agustin.
University of San Agustin. And I have this, let's say, cottage industry that I'd like to put on the web and hopefully export. Okay, more or less to engage your company in those services. Give us a low, medium, high range. How much would it cost?
If she's going to build, you know, the website, if you're going to build the website yourself, you only need something like 15,000. And that takes
15,000 takes care of?
That takes care of the hosting, the domain name registration.
Okay, let's take it one by one. Let's do a Web Entrepreneurship 101. The first one is web
hosting.
Web hosting. Can you take us through, our viewers, I'm sure, around the Philippines, ano ba yung web hosting?
The best way to explain kung ano yung web hosting is like renting a space.
Okay. Instead of renting 50 square meters at 300 per square meter, yung hosting, magkano yung web hosting?
Kasama siya sa 15,000.
Okay, all right.
So it's all inclusive.
So all of a sudden, you now have a place of business.
Yes.
Okay, what's the next component of?
Now that you have a place, syempre ilalagay mo na yung content mo doon. This is like designing, you know, your space.
Your office, designing the interiors, the layout, ganon.
Yes.
Okay?
And then, yung content mo is like your merchandise, the message, the information.
Okay.
So, to be able to do this, okay, that 15,000 comes also with the tools.
What are the tools?
These are your designing tools.
Okay,
You know?
explain further. Kasi ako si Aling Maria, meron akong cottage industry sa Iloilo. Gusto ko, I want to sell biscuits in Iloilo. Yung Panaderia de Molo, I love that. Let's say I have my own bakery goods that I'd like to put on the web. But I'm 58 years old. I do not know IT. I do not know web.
Okay, no worry, because like I've said earlier, the technical stuff has been put aside, no, behind you, so you can just concentrate, you know, in managing